Shackleton went down here up a glacier here called the Beardmore Glacier and reached about this point. He got within 97 miles of the pole. He had 4 people with him, and he said, I can make it, but we won't get back. So he turned around 97 miles and went all the way back and went home. He was considered a hero. Scott was furious. That's my territory. So Scott was driven. He came down here with his horses. He did bring a dog team, but nobody knew how to drive them. He brought a ski instructor to teach him how to ski. Well, it's probably a little late. So when Scott arrived there, Amundsen had, in the meantime, had been saying he was going to the North Pole. But Peary had gone to the North Pole. So Amundsen said, well, I can't do that. I raised my money saying I was going to the North Pole, so I can't tell anybody I'm going to the South Pole. So he sailed down to the Bay of Whales here, sending Scott a telegram saying, I'm going south. And when Scott's ship, the Discovery, sailed around here to do a little exploration, they were surprised to find there's Norwegians here. They went in and had some lutefisk and Scott only had dogs. He had a wide variety of dogs. The next year, and actually the next day being 6 months long here, Scott started out about the 1st of December. Amundsen started out the 1st of October. Made it almost all the way up here and decided it was too bad, turned around, went back, and started again around the 1st of November. Scott slogged along here. I guess the word is schlepp, with dragging your man-holding your equipment. And he had planned to get to about a week from the pole with 2 sleds with 4 people per sled. And he said, I'm about a week out. I'm going to make a decision. You, and you are going with me. You, and you are going back. A day prior to that, they were in conditions that were not fit for skiing, so they were struggling along, carrying their skis on their sled. And he said, you 4, leave your skis here and pick them up on the way back. So 4 of his people were carrying their skis, and 4 weren't. As I say, he had a strange idea for doing things. He got to this point where the one team was turned back. Well, obviously the people without skis couldn't go on because it wasn't appropriate. They might need them. So his decision had been made before. But then he realized, I'm the only one who knows how to use the theodolite to measure where I am to prove that I was at the pole. So you're coming with us. So your sled goes back with 3. We have 5 going. You don't have any skis, so we're not really working well together. All the provisions were in boxes for 4. The tents were 4-man tents, so, what was he thinking? Well, to make a long story bearable, he got there, found out that Amundsen had been there and back. By the time he started back, Amundsen was on his boat going to New Zealand. Scott made it back to about here in Paris. He left one person up here and another person down here. He was in exactly the same position that